Do you want to speed through Expedition 17? I'm going to cover all of the important information that you need to know, and at the end of the video we'll be taking a look at all of the rewards on offer. There are some items that are specific to this expedition you might want to bring along to speed things up. They are all on the screen now. You did used to be able to take items that had milestones attached to them, and then the milestone would pop when you downloaded the item, but it seems that's been patched out, so don't bother wasting spaces with that anymore. If you want a broader list of items that are useful to take on an expedition with you, check out my 5 tips and tricks to make the most out of expeditions video. Link for that is in the description. Phase 1 has the standard milestones of fixing your ship, leaving the first system, and then making your way to the first rendezvous point, but in this chapter of the video we'll also be laying the groundwork for a lot of the other phases. There is a milestone in phase 4 called Winds of Change. I unlocked this accidentally after loading in before my hands were even on my mouse and keyboard. Basically you just need to get carried by a tornado, so I'm sure that this will naturally just unlock for you too. Whilst you're on the first planet you can collect 7 storm crystals that you need for phase 2. When you hand it in you will receive a pre-packaged hazmat gauntlet, and you'll need this to gather the 400 Gamma and 200 Frostwar if you didn't bring any along with you. The first planet has crystallized helium deposits. You need to gather 256 of this for the hazardous materials milestone later on, and your multi-tool comes with a terrain manipulator so you can get this straight away. It also has activated quartzite deposits. This can be refined into the chromatic metal that you need to make a warp cell instead of using copper like you usually would. Once you've fixed your ship you'll need to visit all of the moons around this gas giant. You'll also need to discover 6 plants and 9 creatures, so start analysing them as you visit each of the moons until that's unlocked. If you didn't bring any Facium, start killing the wildlife until you have 75 Mordite that you can refine into 50 Facium. Whilst you are on Huge, you can excavate the 6 ancient bones that you need for the reliquary milestone in phase 5. You are going to need to refuel your pulse engines whilst visiting these moons. Whilst farming the tritium from asteroids, destroy 50 of them to complete the stone and fire milestone in phase 2, and after you've visited each of the moons you can warp to a new system. I think you can summon the anomaly after the first jump, but I made a second one and then downloaded all of my materials. I then released all of the fish that I bought, netting me the quantum bedrock milestone and more than enough nanites to download my ship. If you didn't bring any way to make easy nanites with you, there are loads of bases with runaway mold in the name, so just keep an eye out for them. In order to reach the first rendezvous point you do need to install the Atlantid drive, which needs 250 indium, 200 atlantidium and 1 living glass. Any materials that you're missing can be found by opening the menu, selecting the catalogue tab, going to the materials page and choosing the required item, and then following the custom marker on the galaxy map. Once you've reached the rendezvous point, take a picture and that's phase 1 complete. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be taking a look at all of the rewards unlocked during this expedition. I have built a base right next to the rendezvous point 1 with Frostwar, Gamma and Facium, all of which you'll need in later steps. Moving on to phase 2, you should already have unlocked at least 3 of the milestones. If you haven't done already, claim the rewards for Stone and Fire to receive the Aquajet plans and install them into your ship to complete the By Sky and Sea milestone. Before you leave this spot, grab some Heptaloid wheat and build a food processor. You can make a bigger batch if you want, but just put through at least 1 Facium to make yeast, then the wheat to get flour, put the yeast and the flour through together to make dough, and then finally put the dough through to make yourself some bread. Claim the reward to learn the plans for the nutrient ingester, and then you need 30 condensed carbon, 1 lube and 2 microprocessors to install it for the next milestone, and then all that's left for phase 2 is to reach the second rendezvous point and take another screenshot. The majority of phase 3 can be completed on this planet. First, claim all of the rewards that you've unlocked so far, as you're going to need some of them to progress. Then install the pressure membrane module to your exosuit for 150 oxygen, 3 hermetic seals and 2 hydrothermal fuel cells. You should have a pre-assembled Nautilon platform you can put down here. Install the sonar module and bring up the quick select menu, choose scan for freighter and then make your way to the marker. The waters here are really deep, so you should easily be able to to reach depths of over 1,000 units at the same time as finding this freighter. Scan all of the aquatic creatures you see until teaming with life unlocks. I did scan some aquatic creatures on another planet, so I'm not sure if you can do this milestone just on this one, but there's plenty of planets with water along the way. And finally, whilst you're at the bottom of the ocean, collect 5 sea glass, which look like this, and then make your way to rendezvous point 3 and grab your next screenshot. Whilst you're on this planet, build a base which has at least 3 timber floor panels, 7 timber walls, 3 rounded timber roofs, and 1 timber rectangular door. It doesn't have to be anything pretty. I just use the golden glitch to build an expedition, so it never costs any materials. If you want to know how that's done, there's a link in the description for that video. You can also use the golden glitch to build a Colossus Geo Bay here. As soon as you drive it forward, you're going to unlock the Wheels of Titan milestone. The last thing you want to do on this planet is to catch some fish. Install the fishing rig for 3 carbon nanotubes, 1 dihydrogen jelly, and 60 chromatic metal, and find yourself a nice fishing spot. There are loads of bases named fishing spot if you're struggling to find one on your own. And once you've done all of that, head on to rendezvous point 4 and grab another screenshot. Onto the home stretch with phase 5, and there's really not much left to do. Once I've gone over these final steps, we'll take a look at all of the rewards we've earned from this expedition. First, open your discoveries menu, look for a planet that has the upload symbol next to it, rename it. I just added 2 Ys to this one, and then upload it for the legacy milestone. Then install the scanner mods that you've received as a reward next to each other in your multi-tool and scan wildlife until one earns you more than 90,000 units. For me, it was the first creature I scanned after installing the modules, but you might have to scan another one. Assuming you've walked at least 9,999 units, all that's left to do is reach the final rendezvous point and grab your last screenshot. This was quite a simple expedition, but considering all of the other changes that came with Worlds Part 2, you're not going to hear me complain. In fact, if they had only given us the ship and multi-tool cold storage, I would have still been very happy. We did get some decent rewards from this expedition as well. A quick honourable mention to the nutrient ingester before we look at the main ones. The idea behind all of the different recipes having their own utility was always a cool idea, but in practice it was terrible, as you had to go into your inventory each time you wanted to use one. Now that this is in the game, I will start working on a recipes video, but I have a few other videos in the works before I can start on that one. Onto the main rewards. For phase 1, you get plans for the gas giant poster, depth warning poster, and cartographer's chart. Phase 2 rewards you with a new paint style, the Titan stripes. Phase 3 unlocks the Surveyor's Cape. Phase 4's reward is an A-class staff, the Pillar of Titan. If you want to upgrade it to an S-class, you can come to this machine at the space station, and it's going to cost you 50,000 nanites. Phase 5 comes with the title Surveyor of Worlds, a Titan banner customization, and the Titan decal plans. The main reward for completing Expedition 17 is the RAF, a living starship that will be a great addition to any collection. If all of your ship slots are full, you can upload one of your existing ships to cold storage on your capital ship. And if you're not subscribed, now is a great time to do so. I was making a video to celebrate hitting 1,000 subs, but I put it on hold to make this one. In it, I'm talking about what I have planned, as well as asking for your feedback on what I can do to improve my channel. I especially care about your input if you're still watching at this point, so keep an eye out for that one. What do you think of the Worlds Part 2 update and the Titan reward? Let me know down in the comments. And why not tap that thumbs up button on the way past. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.